Hey everybody, back with a new reaction for Babylon 5. We are halting season 5 right now though, because in the middle of this season, at this point, the movie Thirdspace came out and I'm doing release order, so we're going to get to this. I did look up to see like when this is set, just because I wanted to know what frame of mind to be in, and this is like in the middle of last season, in season 4. I don't think we've won the war yet. So trying to recall where we were then and what this is going to add to it. And is this something that's going to like fundamentally change how we see that season? Or if this is just a little side quest or what? I hope it enriches that season. We can kind of look at it in a new way, or this is just a fun little take they had. I'm very curious to see what this is going to be. Like the other movie that we've done in the middle of the show so far has been in the beginning, and that was just full on prequel. So I think after I get done with the show in its totality with all the movies and everything, I'm going to watch it in chronological order and see how that hits me. So that'll be fun for me. And yeah, it's probably good to have a little break right now in season 5 because of where we're at. Centauri Prime is in a world of hurt, and let's just put that on pause and see what Thirdspace. I mean, I don't have any guess for what Thirdspace would be. With this show, I couldn't even venture that guess. So I'm excited to get into it. So let's just do it.
It was the middle of the Earth year 2261, the year between wars and the beginning of a new age. We made contact with Thirdspace, and we almost didn't survive it. I only hope we never come across it again, because next time, no one's going to survive it.
Oh my! Ooh, what a setup!
Keep them away from
oh!
You can't afford to let them get their hands
on I didn't even think of Monica! They got her for this? But not season 5?
We know there's Quantium-40 aboard that ship.
Is that Patrick Swayze's
stuff's
brother?
Going for millions of credits an ounce, and we're not leaving here without it.
We've just cut off your means of escape. And the nearest
no
jump
goatee.
gate is several hours from here. You've got nowhere to go.
Standing down.
Okay.
A wise move.
Your brother tells me that you have agreed to a telepathic scan, but I still need you to confirm this.
Fine, I confirm. I'm only doing this because he's sick. Supposedly sick.
Waiting.
Oh. She's made contact.
20 years. This won't hurt, will it?
You won't feel a thing.
Good, because I had this tooth removed a few weeks ago, and they said the same thing, and it hurt like...
Were you having an affair with my wife? No.
What is it?
He's telling the truth.
He's so guilty about what he did to me that he's
want
trying to
him
roll
have
out
to
like it didn't
have
happen.
done it?
I am trained to separate false memories from real ones.
Picking something up.
Have you had any reports of missing ships in this area?
Negative, Delta One. What have you got?
I'm not sure. It's almost as big as an explorer ship.
How many Star Furies do you want?
All of them.
Any word from Ivanova?
She's about to come through the gate.
Thought she'd be here by now.
Well, we're having to move the struts of the jump cave far enough apart to allow the artifact to get through.
It's that big?
Artifact.
Bigger.
It's huge. It's communicating with her. Is this a vision? Yes, it is. Maybe we should have just left it where we found it.
No matter how much we reassure them, the other races are always going to think we are holding something back.
I know. We can't take that chance. They'll be grabbing stuff as soon as they get there. And if it looks like someone is going to get a new weapon before they can, they'll sabotage it. They'll blow it up. No, there's no other way.
Whenever something comes into our proximity that has to do with the unknown, your eyes light up like two tiny suns.
Well.
And do you know what words these two tiny lights spell out?
What?
Mine.
Now that is a lie.
Minbari do not lie.
Well, then it is slander.
To be slander must be false.
Team 1 to security. We'll be careful. It's beautiful, though.
Is it?
It is that. But so's a cobra.
Move to
I feel
prescribed
like maybe
safe
it has like a
distance.
draw.
Sending in a mate bot to take a surface sample.
It just lures you in.
Registering a 15% drop in the bot's power supply. 20%?
That's quick.
50.
Like, move it
Draining
away.
it?
Pull it back.
Not responding.
Lita. Wow, it really affected her. Oh my, we do not know what we're getting into.
Dr. Elizabeth Trent, field coordinator for interplanetary expeditions. It's a pleasure to meet you. We'd like access to the alien artifact parked outside.
Well, I'll certainly take your request under consideration.
That was that news
It's
traveled
bureaucrat
quick.
tease for take a hike.
You will work with my people at all times. You will give us full access to your data at every step along the way. We have first call on anything you find.
Captain, they just finished going over the sample we took from the alien artifact. The carbon dating indicates that whatever that thing is, it's over 1 million years old.
We have a deal.
You think anybody would notice if I just killed a few of them?
Well, how many?
I don't know, 10?
Oh, yeah, they don't.
6?
Go for it.
Commander? Dr. Elizabeth Trent, IPX. I assume Captain Sheridan's briefing on our mission.
You're calling her? Zach? Oh, Zach? Look at her.
I wanted to ask you,
We know he fumbles this. Byron ain't even here yet.
you want to go out sometime? I don't know, get some dinner, maybe catch a vid. Hey, listen, you don't have to answer now. Take your time, think about it for a while. And not to imply that you have to have an answer, because you don't owe me one, that's
Aw.
for sure. I think,
Poor guy. This is probably why he never tried
I
again.
could care for you.
Or he tried when it was too late.
This was probably the wrong time. Both had a hard day.
Extremely the wrong
Gotta work
time.
together, you know how that goes. It's just,
You're rambling.
awkward. Let's just pretend that this didn't happen.
Well, that's exactly
This
what we'll
way.
do.
You won't be embarrassed. I
don't
won't
think
be
He's
embarrassed.
gonna remember this at all.
I promise I'll never bring it up again.
Oh man, that was a tough
Yeah, maybe it was
watch.
for the best. 3 dates, I probably would have married her.
Any other time, Zach, I think she would have said yes.
What's with the bots?
What about the...
You mean you're not doing that?
Oh no, it's tapped into them. It's going to the mothership.
Mayday! Mayday, CNC! They're on a collision course!
Why would they do that? Why would it want them to do that?
He's okay.
Security override, non-functional.
Take it down.
Oh my.
Vita?
Have to stop it.
Oh my god, it's fucking her up.
Can you think of any reason why you would want to destroy the artifact?
No. Well, not really.
I'm confused by that. Why would it want you to
I've
be
just-
doing that? I thought it was wanting the bots for
Ever since it got here,
itself.
I've had the strangest feeling about it.
But you are getting like
Like I've seen it before somewhere.
warnings.
She knows she's being watched.
The security cameras are carefully hidden.
That may be. She knows where that camera is, and she knows we're watching her.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
Ooh. Creepy.
A low-rated commercial telepath can't sense electronics like that. Only a
No, she's
P9 or
special.
above could do that. Lita's a P5. So you told me. But that rating
that's
was
what the
determined
Vorlons
before
got
she
their
went to
hands
the
on her.
Vorlon homeworld, as you very well know. 2 years before the war between the Vorlons and the Shadows heated up, Lita was on Mars, on the run from the Psi Corps. While there, she arranged to meet a starship captain, David Slaner. He took her as far as their border. He sent a continuous signal inviting the Vorlons to appear. After several days, when the Vorlons didn't show, the captain decided to head back.
Maybe
At
this
that
is why
point,
Kosh
Lita
did this to
commandeered a
her.
life pod and ejected into Vorlon space. The captain wisely took off and
To
never
help
saw
us
her
with third
again.
space.
Her records also indicate that while she was there, the Vorlons altered her, increased her ability.
Assuming for the sake of
Yes.
argument that you're right, I'm surprised that you haven't been keeping an eye on her.
What makes you think we haven't?
Mm.
Captain, in the past, the
They got
Vorlons
their
have done
fingers in
everything in their
everything.
power to keep humans from getting their hands on advanced technology. She's a danger to this project. And I suggest you keep her under house arrest until we do a little more groundwork on this thing.
Or maybe we should heed her
I'll
warning.
consider your suggestion.
Wow. It's alive.
Wait! No, wait!
Oh my. Ooh, it's so creepy.
100 years ago, the Centauri gave us jump gates and changed the future forever. What we're looking at here could make jump gates look like nothing in comparison.
Or it may kill you all.
This could be the most significant discovery in human history.
We found some people locked in their rooms just screaming. Same in the Zocalo, Green
Really
Sector, the
affecting a lot of
casino.
people.
We've given the worst cases to MedLab to see what they can do with them. The rest we've got in lockup, but we're gonna run out of room real soon unless this stops.
Beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Why are some people afraid of it and some people like in awe of it? Don't get it. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure?
It's beautiful, isn't it? I want to go there. I want to be there.
What is it?
You
Question.
shouldn't ask questions like that.
Why? Wow, it's really got you. Like that. I do not like that. Oh.
You're not moving fast enough.
What do you mean?
You have to go faster. You have to make it work.
Ever since we brought that thing here, we've had a 30% increase in violent activity on the station.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence.
That is your problem. That has nothing to do with me.
Is that a copy of the hieroglyph you found on the artifact?
Yes.
It's Vorlon.
You know Vorlon?
You'd be surprised. I am giving you another 48 hours. Then I want to report on your findings. If I don't like what I see, I am pulling the plug. Is that clear?
Whatever.
They know who we are there in the city.
What city?
You've been there, you've seen. I can tell by looking at you.
You saw something.
We belong to them, you know.
No.
And they're going to come for us soon. We have to open the door. We have no choice.
No.
What's that about a city?
Nothing. It was just getting to me, that's all.
You're sure?
She went
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm positive. What else could it be? Still.
She's a telepath too.
This.
Or a latent one anyway.
He wants us to do all the hard work, and then he'll just come right in and grab all the credit right out from under us.
That is not what this
No
is.
way in hell. This thing's gonna make my career, Bill. I won't have it. Let's use our biggest power cell, see if that works.
I don't think it's wise, not until we know what it is. The risk.
Are insignificant compared to the benefits.
Your ambitions are getting in the
I
way.
am sorry. Radical move like that
Safety.
requires the two of us agree. I don't. I mean, no one even knows who built the first gates. But what does any of that have to do with the artifact?
I think
Were the
this
Centauri
is an
given
original
information?
gate left behind by whatever ancient race
original
first came up with
gate.
them. But this one's different. It doesn't open into normal space or hyperspace.
Third
I
space.
think it leads to a totally different kind of space. Call it a third space, for lack of a better term. And it's works under a whole different set of rules.
Bill.
Okay.
Good. Let's get to work, because we don't have a lot of time.
I saw you in a dream last night.
Did you?
Yes, you and several other women, but I don't really think we need to go into the details.
Yeah, I suppose not.
We all saw it.
Boy, it was such a vivid dream. There was a city, you know, it was a gorgeous place.
Do you remember what happened to me?
You were killed.
Ah!
eaten, actually, by something. I really didn't get a good look at it. It was just... That's all I remember.
Well, the others modified an energy cell.
Technology is
We're
too
just seeing if it
advanced.
works in the...
By whose authority?
I don't even know if it's
Yours,
technology.
I thought.
Negative. We never authorized this. Break off.
It seems
Break off immediately.
sentient.
It's too late. We have contact.
Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that it can take over people's minds like this. We belong to it? I don't think so.
Captain, we got a problem down Cobra Big 2. We got a bunch of people trying to get the fights to keep it from launching.
Do you need backup?
I already called the troops. We can hold them here. But we got similar problems all over the station.
You get to Dr. Trent. See what she has to do with this. Maybe she knows what this thing is and what it does.
I have a
She
nasty
certainly has a
feeling
theory.
This is only a warm-up. I mean, it shut us down, it's immobilized us, and now it's powering itself back up. The question is, what is it powering back up for?
Well, I'm gonna see Lita. If that thing is putting out telepathic impulses, she may be able to help.
Tried to warn you. We failed.
The Vorlons were trying to stop
And
them.
now it is too late. The door is opening.
Gosh.
Are you? An echo of what was. A memory. A warning embedded in the thoughts of each generation and passed on to the next.
Lita once told me there might be some leftover programming still inside her, put there by the Vorlons when they took off of the rim.
Our great mistake.
One?
Our failing.
You've had a couple of those.
Now you're failing. The error is compounded.
What mistake?
Everything
The
is
first
compounded
one.
onto us.
The one from which all mistakes proceed. We applied all our wisdom, all our knowledge to opening a door to another dimension. A place we believed was the well of souls, the foundation for all life. We would touch the face of God, and in so doing, become gods ourselves.
Flew too close to
We
the
forgot
sun.
that a door may swing in two directions.
I shudder to think.
They are anti-life itself.
Anti-life?
Older even than we were. We fought them back. Disabled the device, but those of us controlled by their influence dropped it into hyperspace before we could stop them. Hid it from us.
We fucking found
What
it.
do they want?
To destroy all life that is not their own. They watch us from within their dark cities.
Oh, creepy!
Waiting for a chance to come here and destroy. Learn.
Learn! Oh my god. Are you gonna grow gills? Golly.
Are you alright?
I think so.
What'd you get?
You know what to do?
You should take someone with you.
No, I can't. I have to go alone.
A mistake. One of many. So many.
Yeah, so many. I'm glad you can acknowledge that.
Dr. Trent? I think the device took control of him somehow, and I stopped him.
Susan? Susan!
In the back.
Stand by. You said that you shot him when he was coming towards you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Then why is the PPG burn on the back of his jumpsuit and not the front?
It's working through her. Way to go, Manila. I guess you know what to do. Be careful. What was that?
Don't do anything, all right? We need to move this girl to a med lab.
Look, I asked you a question. What's going on outside the station?
Oh, God.
Sheridan to Ivanova. I'm in position. Go.
Confirmed.
Control to assault fleet. Anybody that has a clear shot of that energy field, take it. Now.
Bomb?
Thermonuclear detonation.
Yeah, okay. Get out of there. I love that we just have like a nuclear weapon that we've just had on board just in case. I didn't even know we had that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. What is it? Look at the artifact, Susan.
Look at it.
Flight system. Retrace path. Automatic navigation. Top speed.
Confirmed.
Zeke. Get out.
Sheridan to assault fleet. I'm clear. Break off.
Oh, look at it. It's coming out. It's coming out.
Mission accomplished, Delenn. We got it.
What am I doing here? Why are you hitting me?
Well, you
I was
started
just in the
it.
transport tube with Ivanova.
It looks like I used up the last of my navigation pack getting out of the artifact.
Go get him.
You swing by and pick me up on your way in.
In the fullness of time.
Oh, and how long is that?
Are you just gonna leave him hanging?
This isn't funny, Delenn.
Yes, it is.
A little.
Oh, no, it isn't.
I'm laughing.
I didn't like the part of me that thing brought out.
Well, maybe it's a learning experience for
Definitely. Cautionary
It's a hell of a
tale.
painful one.
you. Ain't no other kind, Dr. Trent. I was sure she didn't give me all the information. She just wanted out of there. And if a little lie got her out the door, that was fine with her. We said that the device was a weapon, a mousetrap, which was true.
Yeah.
We told them that it used a telepathic trigger and caused an outbreak of fighting. And we told them that it was finally destroyed. It's all a lie.
Libo omission.
Because there are times we don't need the whole truth. We got through it alive.
Any more than
Everyone's
we already
okay.
have.
That's the important thing. And this isn't the kind of problem that's likely to ever happen again.
One mistake. One mistake out of so many.
I can maybe see why they never mentioned anything about this in the season 4 that we saw, because wow, that was bad. It got really bad. And just another example of the Vorlons doing far too much. And they went outside of the reach that they should have had. It's like those, whatever race that was, that anti-life race, it's like they had the characteristics of the worst parts of the Shadows and the Vorlon. But like at the end of the day, it always comes back to like supremacy. It's like people are just a species thinking that they're better. I mean, to the extreme that they are the only ones that should exist. Like, how detrimental of a mindset is that? Like, to be on their side all alone. What does that give you? But for the Vorlons on our side to just, go their little places and order here, look at us, we're gods, until they come up against something that they can't even begin to deal with. I mean, they got very lucky that they were able to close this side, and the artifact got taken, and unfortunately we stumbled across it. But I think it does give you a sense of when ambition and that quest for more is sometimes not to your benefit. There are some doors that maybe should stay closed, at least until like you're prepared. And for the folly of the Vorlon, I'm glad that they left that echo in Lita, but like, why does it come to that? Why would you not like offer up that information? I mean, I guess you were hoping that no one ever stumbles across that artifact, but come on. That kind of stuff should be just widely available, but that's not how the Vorlons operate. I mean, thankfully we got it through Lita, and maybe that is something that Kosh knew. Maybe that's why they did that to her, because they knew that Kosh knew that we were going to need it. I mean, thankfully, why didn't he just tell Sheridan? That would be too upfront. They don't do things like that. They love to just couch everything. Wow. I mean, that is so, like, it's scary. Space in itself is scary, the great unknown. But you know, it's also called like this great frontier. It's like meant to be explored, and you know, a whole other dimension on top of like the vastness of the known universe or what they have gone to. Like that is just a whole other ball game that the Vorlons were not prepared for. Wow, that's kind of wild to think about. But like this show is so good at like giving you scenarios and futures that you could never imagine, and but you know, giving that to you in a way that you're like, well, what would you do, or what should happen, or what is there to learn about it? It's so fun. Uh, it's so wild. I think I don't know if what I didn't catch her name, that lady of that organization. Um, I don't know if what she said about it being like third space and something that could like technologically move us in a way where you could just go wherever you wanted in seconds or immediately, like transporting in that way. But even if that wasn't an availability, like that cost is too high. Also, I don't think we're prepared for that kind of innovation. Um, Sometimes if you come across it when you're not ready, that is what happens. So I think there should be a natural evolution and a natural, um, maybe there would be a point in time where we would need that and be ready for it. And that starts with knowing what to expect on the other side. But maybe they'll stop trying to come through that now that we really just keep but you know, you just have to know like they're so antagonized by this that they're unable to get through if they don't have cooperation on our side, which you know maybe is something they need that because if the Vorlons were thinking themselves of God, of course that race or that species, whatever it was thinking the same of themselves. But I think everyone needs to have a little pushback to say the least. And yeah, that is something that we are not prepared for, and not sure we ever will be. But what a like a no good, very bad day, or couple days, or however long it was. But for it to have like a telepathic um, element, it makes sense that the Vorlons would use Lita to give us that message. But it's also interesting that that race also uses telepathy to cause. It's like they use the telepathy of the Vorlons with the like chaos fighting of the shadows. Um, so maybe that is why the Vorlons were so or were the ones responsible for creating all these telepaths because they knew we'd need it as a way to combat what they had. I guess. Still, you know, Vorlons stay doing too much and not enough at the same time. They're very frustrating. I'm glad we had our Kosh while we had him. But Lita came through in a big bad way, unknowing to her. Like it was really, I really enjoyed that scene with Lita and Zach because it almost feels like a little Easter egg. Because when Byron came around and I was like, "Oh, Zach, you really missed out." He did shoot his shot, and he definitely didn't read the room and realize that this was the worst possible time to do that. But it makes sense that he was like, "Hey, this is if you want to bring it up again." And of course, she's not. She doesn't remember that. It's very funny, sad even, but you know, Byron's gone. Maybe Zach. I hope Lita and Zach end up together. Poor guy. It was so great to have Ivanova back. Oh my goodness. I feel like they had to have filmed this like after season 4. Like, why would she be around for this but not season 5? And the fact that he like doesn't have his goatee, they definitely look like they did around that time. And you know, I know these things take time, so maybe they did. But this doesn't really have anything to do with what we're dealing with now, nor does it have anything to do with what was happening in season 4. It's just like that compounding effect where this wasn't just a random normal time for this to happen to them. They're in the middle of this fight with Earth. So like this on top of that is just like, wow, what a time. This was really fun. I really like this. And also, you know, another instance of a different version of the legacy that the Vorlons have left us. We're you know, we dealt with the telepath issue earlier this season, and right now we're dealing with the shadow side of it, with what's going on with the Centauri. But this is another legacy that they've left. That jump gate is we shouldn't have that right now or ever or at all. I don't know. But their hubris, their pride got the better of them. I'm glad that they can acknowledge that this was a grave mistake, one of many. I don't know if I feel like maybe that nuclear bomb may be something that Sheridan could have realized that they should probably use anyway. Who knew they even had that? But it was good to know from Lita that message. It was good to know exactly what happened. Yeah, this was wild. And just a fun little thing that they could do that, you know, we didn't get to see, but is a big idea and something that they can explore completely in the movie format. And it doesn't really disrupt anything that we knew to be happening in season 4. So this was just a fun little one-off, but could have been way worse. I mean, it definitely had consequences. And it's interesting there at the end with Sheridan talking about like the lies that we tell for good reason. I wonder if there's anything to glean from that in the way of like what the Vorlon thought they were doing. Maybe they thought that just not telling us would give us like we just wouldn't have to worry about it. But they did have that failsafe of when the time comes, we do need to know. And the time came. We found the artifact. Yeah, the way it was like controlling people, the way like Ivanova, her dream, the way it was getting Veer, and it was fun to like figure out what was happening because like when the bots were being called, or what I thought was being called, but it was actually Lita sending them there because she was trying to destroy it because she's the only one that had it in her to know that this was bad from the start. Lita really is MVP in so many ways. So I guess we're, you know, in all the bad that the Vorlons did and the fucked up shit they did, doing that to Lita really helped us. Gave her that that knowledge to give to us. I don't know if she consented to all of it, but the Vorlons definitely don't go about things in the best way. But you know, sometimes they help. But it's a lot of it is helping us clean up their messes. I'm glad the Shadows and the Vorlons moved on. but you know, a lot of it was a little too late, because those legacies are just, oof, they're long, they're storied, and they're still being felt, and we're still dealing with them even in season 5. So yeah, this was really good. I had a really good time. Definitely a different kind of feeling than like in the beginning, because that was really giving you insight to stuff that you already knew about, whereas this is just like this it was like a little side quest that we did, but it's tied into everything that we've known before it, with the Vorlons and telepaths, and just a bad situation that we thankfully got our way out of. But yeah, it definitely made for an interesting movie, and I'm glad they did it. So yeah, really good. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.